Alright, so here's my second video. I broke it down, the black people, the race of black people, which just started with Genesis 2 verse 7. Uh, 1 verse 29 talks about us being plant eaters. Now here's where Aborigines come in. The 6 verse 1 through 5. This is where the Nephilim started to come in. Humans started mixing with Nephilims, and the race of Aborigine are the diluted race of people they come from the melanin genetics. So, they're a diluted race of people. They have the same O blood as black people. O blood is the original blood. The O positive blood is the original blood of black people. So if you have O blood, you have the original blood type. I have O positive blood type. So that tells me that I have original blood of black people. I'm an original black person. My stepfather has A B positive blood. My grandmother has AB positive blood. So I have the original blood type in my family, O blood. I don't know the blood type of my mother. She doesn't even know her own blood type. But I found my blood type when I was in the military. So I can show y'all the documents of that stuff. But anyways, so if you have O blood, you have the original blood type. AB, ABO, all these other blood types come from intermixing. If you have A or B or ABO blood types, if you have A, B, or AB blood types, that comes from intermixing. Your genetics are weakened, so you have to get that cleaned up. That affects your soul. So I explained about the soul in the first video. But anyways, in Genesis, this is about the Aborigine people, the indigenous people, what you call the natives. Black people are the natives of the planet, but you got other natives too. They call it Aborigines. These people have a diluted blood because of intermixing with Nephilim, the species of Syene, which are conehead species, and Syrians, which, as I explained in the first video, is Bigfoot, the Yeti, the Sasquatch. So, intermixing with these species mess up some genetics in some people. So, the mixture, Genesis 6, verse 1 through 5, talks about giants and, mating with women and all that stuff. That is where the Aborigine people come in. And then now I'm going to go down to the Curse of Canaan, verse 9, verse 25, the Curse of Canaan. That, if you read into that verse, you see that it was actually Ham who was cursed, not Canaan, but Ham saw his father naked, and he didn't tell his father anything. He went to go run off, joking about it, telling his brothers that his father was naked. He saw his father naked. His father was disappointed in him, and he cursed him. And this put a fear inside of Ham. Ham, he started to fear. He got scared, and he got stressed out, and this affected him internally. This affected him negatively from the inside, and it attracted negative forces to him because he was stressed out. He was not in the right state of mind, and because of this, his son Canaan, and he was not affected, but his son Canaan got affected, and he came out an albino. Canaan came out albino. He had wavy hair, but he had blonde hair. His hair was blonde, but it was still kinky. It was still kinky hair. Because albinos, when black people have albinos still black people. They still have black features. The nose is broad, but his skin was all pale, and his eyes, like my eyes, are brown. That's the original color of black people's eyes. But his eyes were blue, and he did not have melanin, and melanin is a cosmic thing. It's a cosmic. The base element of melanin is carbon, which is the is number 6 on the periodic table. You got 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons, and you add those, you get 18. And 1 plus 8 is 9. This is what makes us 9 ether. This is supreme mathematics. So we become 9 ether beings. And our base element, we're made of different types of elements. Like we made out of all the elements of the periodic table as black people. Not all of us, but the main elements towards towards the end on the far right of the periodic table. going down. All those elements is what is in our genetics. That is what makes up the elements of our spirit, and some of the other elements are in our melanin. So, anyways, yeah. So the Aborigine came from verse 6, 1 to 5, that's explaining it. The Aborigine, 9 verse 25, explains the curse of Canaan. If you read Leviticus 13, verse 13, actually talks about a plague. Canaan has a plague on his skin. He's pale, and this is considered a plague of leprosy. It's called leprosy, but we call it albinism today. He had a plague of a deficiency. He became a mutant. He was a mutant of the black race. Um, verse 13 and 30 actually talks about the blonde hair, blue eyed people. Like, this is where they actually say blonde hair. You know, it says yellow hair. If you find yellow hair and pale skin, he is unclean. So, our skin, our skin are lively. Their skin is falling out. They're deteriorating. They're corroding. Their flesh is corroding, which is not a good thing, because to have a soul, you have to have lively flesh. You have to be able to absorb sunlight. Now, if you're tan, like the Dravidians, they're tan. They're naturally tan people, and I'm gonna go into them too. But the natural tan people block the UV rays. Black people absorb the sun rays. The melaninics, the Aborigine and black people, the Negroids, and the Aborigines, they absorb sunlight. That is lively flesh. If you absorb sunlight, you feed off the nutrients of the sun by absorbing the sunlight, the heat, the UV rays, and it keeps your melanin activated. So yeah, but I'm gonna explain the Dravidians next. So it's a lot to go into on these things, but yeah, the curse of Canaan is in Leviticus 13. You read Leviticus 13. They actually explain in one of the verses of Leviticus 13. They actually say that there is you can't be pale and be clean. That's because that